Well, back guys, turn off Fed here on Fog Wrestling, but Stevie's got the flu, but we're still bringing you some wrestling fucking news. And we have Bully Ray. Bully Ray's always in the news these days. It's a shame, like, Bully Ray, like, why can't the guy still be wrestling with that gimmick? Definitely a big Bully Ray fan, but during an edition of Busted Open Radio, WWE Hall of Famer Bully Ray talked about the WWE Day 1 Premium Live event. Bully Ray explained why he didn't like the WWE Champion Big E coming to the ring before Brock Lesnar. So obviously, at Day 1, Roman Reigns tested positive, and then Brock Lesnar got added to the WWE Championship match, and basically he goes on to say about this, that is something that really pisses me off when I saw it. I do understand that Brock Lesnar is the biggest star in that match, and maybe Brock Lesnar is the biggest star in WWE right now. Well, he says maybe Brock Lesnar is the biggest star in WWE. I mean, well, who else is? Billy. I'm looking at WWE, right? It's not Reigns, right? And I think Reigns is the only other guy who can compete with Brock, and Brock is just bigger than Reigns. You know? But, yeah, so I think it would be idiotic to say that he's not the biggest star. He's talking about how this is the man who defeated The Undertaker, ended the streak. You know, he was a 5-time world champion up until the other night. Of course, he's not a 6-time world champion. You'd assume Brock would be more, but I guess when Brock wins the title, he holds on to it for a while, like, you know. He says he's a guy who does what he wants, when he wants, but he was not your WWE champion. Because that was a matter of fact, that was Big E. Was the WWE champion. He says also, he goes on to say, if we know that Brock is going to win the championship and he will get to have his moment, he will to have his crowning moment at the end of the show. Why would you have Big E come out fourth? Why would you have Brock come out last? There's absolutely zero reason. Zero. I mean, I agree. I think no matter what it is, like, the champion should come at last because they're the fucking champion. Even if they aren't the biggest star. Like, I hate Big E. I do not like the guy. I'm a fucking big Brock Lesnar fan. But at the end of the day, I mean, Brock is in a different fucking league. The Big E's a massive star. Big E's a fucking jobber. But at the end of the day, it still should be the champ that comes out last. And here it wasn't, you know. So, but I mean, I don't really know, like, is Bully Ray trying to say about this, like, it kind of gave away the result of the match? Having Brock come out last? I don't really know. Or else you could argue they already had agreed to do a fatal 4-way, and the reason Brock's coming out last is because he wasn't actually a part of the match. Doubt it. But, you know, who really knows? I mean, what champions should never come out first. The only time it makes sense to have them out first if they are a heel or a face in a time where they know they get booed like crazy to amp up the crowd before the face or hometown person comes out. Just shows WWE doesn't understand how to present the product anymore. So all these comments are all getting stuck in. But yeah, I mean, it's like everyone's saying that WWE's dying. I mean, but it's been dead for a number of years, like, and they're still getting constant fears. I mean, I don't know, guys, but that's Bully Ray's opinion. He talks about the moment that pisses him off for Day 1. So there we go, guys. Until next time, leave your thoughts down below, and El PCO.